Hey folks, all right, so here's a video tutorial for practice 3 for this week. Um, First thing, again, we're going to hit these properties. That's the focus for this week. Brittany is solving a quadratic equation. That's something that we would have gotten to um, probably about this time if we were still in school. Her first step is shown below. So we have 3x squared minus 8 minus 10x equals 3 times 2x plus 3. And then in the first step, we see she got 3x squared minus 10x minus 8 equals 6x plus 9. So this wants to know which two properties she used. So first thing I notice on the right-hand side, I notice that I had parentheses and now I don't. And so that one's going to be distributive. We already know, we always notice those parentheses being there and then not being there, and chances are that's distributive. Now, this is a fancy way of saying it. Distributive property of multiplication over addition. That's just a fancy way. Distributive property. That's what we care about. So I've got a check mark there for that. The other thing that I notice is that on the left-hand side, the minus 8 and the minus 10x, they switched places, as you can see. And when things switch places, that's the commutative property. So we have step one, or we have choice one, and we have choice two, and we have choice four. So my correct answer here is choice four, which is 2 and 4. Additive property, addition property of equality, just to bring that back, that's when you add something to both sides. So like if I saw that there was a minus 8 and then all of a sudden there was a plus 8 on this side or something, that might indicate that there was addition property of equality. Same thing with multiplication property of equality. That's when you're multiplying same thing on both sides. Okay, let's move on. Solve for x. All right, so the first thing that I think you should do here, I always recommend simplifying, which means distribute. So I think we should take care of that first. We have 3/5 x, so that's 3/5 times x, and then 3/5 times 2, you can do that in your calculator. I'm going to leave that as a fraction. That's going to be 6/5 as a fraction, equals x minus 4. And now I want to get rid of those fractions. You know, we could leave them in. There's lots of different ways that you can go from here. I recommend multiplying through the entire equation by my common denominator, which is real easy to find here since both denominators are the same. So I'm going to multiply through by 5. And I just have to make sure that I multiply everything by 5. So in the calculator, you can do 5 times 3/5. You're going to get 3x. You can do 5 times 6/5. You're going to get 6. 5 times x is 5x, and 5 times 4 is 20. So I've got minus 20 on the end. Now I'm just solving like normal. I want to get all my variables on one side. That goes away. I'm left with 6 equals 2x minus 20. I'm going to add 20 to both sides. So now I have 26 equals 2x. I'm going to divide by 2 on both sides, and I get 13 equals x. Now, don't forget that you can do a check with these. Remember that we're solving, so we're looking for the value of the variable that makes the equation true. So I should be able to substitute in 13 where I see an x, and that should give me, I should get a true statement. Okay, so this is going to be 3/5 times 15 equals 9. And it turns out that 3/5 of 15 is 9. So that's a check. All right, last question. Um, the last question I actually made up because this is a property that we didn't see very much in the Regents questions, but I still want you to be aware of it. What I see is which property is illustrated by the quantity of 4 times x is in parentheses, times negative 14 equals 4 times, and then in parentheses, x times negative 14. So if you inspect this, what I want you to notice is that no order's changed. If I look at the left side, 4x negative 14. Right side, 4x negative 14. What I see is that what's inside the parentheses changed. On the left-hand side, I had 4 times x. On the right-hand side, I've got x times negative 14. That's grouping, okay? So the grouping is what changed. And when the grouping changes, that's associative property. So now I know that we're not talking about commutative or distributive, but which one is it? Is it addition or is it multiplication? We'll go back to the original. Everything here is multiplication. So the correct answer here is the associative property of multiplication. And that's it for this one. We'll see you next time.